know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. All Things Customized. They got you covered for all of your customizable needs. They got gift baskets, tumblers, hoodies, t-shirts, wine glasses, coffee cups, mugs, backpacks, you name it, they got it. For any occasion, they can get you situated, okay? Head on over to all of their social media platforms. They are under Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, under All Things Customized, and the number 2. Make sure that you tell them this the Sweet Pea Diaries sent you. They've done all of my t-shirts, all my branding, anything that I need for a special occasion. I hit up All Things Customized too, and they can take care of your needs, wants, and desires. They got backpacks for your children. They got passport covers, pillows, you name it. So head on over there and DM them today. Make sure you tell them that the Sweet Pea Diary sent you. Go ahead and email them today and get your order in now. Welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and I'm back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. All right, quick sound check, my sweeties and sweetums. Please let me know if you can hear me, okay? Let me know if you can hear, please. And then we jump right into it. Let me know if you can hear. You should be able to hear me. So let me know really quick, okay? Hi, Tammy. Let me know if you can hear, guys. And then we're going to get it going. Y'all should be able to hear your girl. So let me know. Hi, CR. I'm just waiting on, let me know. Yes, she says, I hear you. Well, since you can hear me, y'all know what time it is. Now, who we got in the building? We got my Mind Channel Chatter. We got Chelsea R, my Mind Susie Davis, and we got Tammy Fleming. We got CR, Layla 811, Suzanne Board, Sun Goddess, Janine King. Hey, you guys, and y'all just keep on coming in. Yes, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl, Sweetie, and I'm back with another video. Yes, it's Sweetie. I'm here, the Chief Sweetie, in charge of the Sweetie and the Sweetums. What's up, y'all? We got a nice little lineup tonight. We talking about Hugh Hefner and his old nasty ass, honey. We talking about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, of course. Wendy Williams has finally broken her silence. And we have an update on Jennifer Petty's lawsuit between Jennifer Huff, her lawsuit against Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj. We got a whole update on that. So let's just jump right into it, y'all. Now check this out. Now Hugh Hefner, they have had, I don't know, I think it's some type of, I don't know if it's a docuseries, if it's like a, a multi-part thing, but they have done some coverage on Hugh Hefner and the Playboy Mansion, the whole lifestyle and people that were involved in Hugh Hefner's Playboy Mansion. And recently it has come out, one of his girlfriends, one of the many women in his life, she says she was like a drug runner for him. She was doing all types of things for him, but she said that he was sleeping with the dogs. He likes to sleep with animals. He was taking part in bestiality. Check this out.
Vampire. He was sucking the life out of me. Really, he was a monster. The things that he got turned on by. Nothing was enough. Nothing.
On Secrets of Playboy Monday, Hugh Hefner's ex-girlfriend of 5 years, Sandra Theodore, opened up about their sex life.
He would tell the public, even good girls enjoy sex. Healthy sex. And there was nothing healthy about the sex with Hefner because he took it too far.
Last week, Theodore claimed that Hefner would make her get him drugs, and this week, she alleged that the Playboy founder required her to have sex with other women and men while he filmed and directed them.
I felt so violated having a man that I did not want to be with forced upon me.
One of Theodore's more shocking claims involved the Playboy magazine founder's alleged fondness for bestiality.
I walked in once and he was to my dog, our dog, and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, dogs have needs." And I went, "Stop that. Just stop that." And I never left him alone with the dog again. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I could not believe what I was seeing.
Viewers found the claims, many of which were corroborated by Hefner's former employees, to be upsetting. Like this person who tweeted, "This information is so disturbing and so disgusting. I'm sick to my stomach and could cry hearing about this stuff. Hugh Hefner was a disgusting and terrible person. I will never think otherwise." And Sandra alleged that it was when Hefner became infatuated with blood and snuff films that she finally gathered the courage to get away from him.
What kind of mind is so far gone that it takes killing somebody to get them excited for that big release? He was opening my eyes to this monster. I mean, really, he was a monster.
This is absolutely disgusting. She said she didn't even want to leave him with the dog anymore. She walked in on him messing with the dog. She said, after that, I did not leave him with the dog ever again. She also stated that it started to take more and more for him to get aroused. Killing somebody, it took more and more. Now, that's psychotic, you know what I'm saying? That's on a level of serial killer, Ted Bundy, these type of serial killers, that when they used to get to that point, it would sexually arouse them to, kill someone or hurt someone. They would get sexually aroused by it. So she said it was getting there where it would take more and more to get him aroused to get him off. I mean, she said she was running drugs. He was making her go get drugs. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, I can absolutely believe that drugs was part of their lifestyle at the Playboy Mansion. I mean, of course, back in the 70s, back in them days, yeah, it was drugs were running rampant. However, the dog is the dog for me, okay? The bestiality for me. I mean, usually when a person is, doing things like that with dogs, with animals, that's just disgusting. I mean, I've seen, men with horses. I've seen a documentary on that. But that's a whole nother level. When a person gets to the point where they're engaging in sex with animals, it's like you don't want no humans no more. It takes you more and more. You need more and more freaky, more nasty things to get aroused. That's disgusting. And then she was, he was making her, he was filming it, making her have, sex with other people. Dogs got needs too. Honey, licking the dog, doing things that are just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I mean, come on. She says she wouldn't, what does this comment say? She wouldn't leave a dog alone with him, but she stayed with him, Cocoa Butter Barbie says. I mean, she said that was it. She walked in on him doing it with the dog, and that was it for her. But that's just nasty. That's a whole nother level. That's beyond kinky. That's beyond, you know what I'm saying? Like sexual orgies, sexual fantasies. When it's getting to the point where it's taking more of these type of things to fulfill your appetite, that's dangerous. So the fact that she said he was starting to want killing, it was gonna, seeing killing, that was gonna get him aroused, seeing someone be killed. I mean, damn, he was getting ready to be on the level of a serial killer, or someone that's gonna commit crimes and commit murders in order to get off and get pleasured. I mean, that's a lot. Like, when you need all of that in order to get a nut, like, okay, that's enough. I would have to pack my bags, walk away. That would be it for me. But they said the employees seen it too. The employees and other people vouched for her that this is true. So this ain't a legend, honey. These people down there to the Hugh Hefner, to the Playboy Mansion, is saying he was doing this nasty shit. I mean, absolutely disgusting. Now, Wendy Williams, she done finally broke her silence. She is on the beach. Her son, they're walking on the beach, and this is what Wendy has to say.
How's your morning going?
It's just after 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm doing okay, Beautiful sky. It's nice being here.
How often do you come out here?
Well, I'm here in Florida, and I come here often. I've got real family. Mother, father, sister, brother, family. And it's very peaceful being here,
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, so
Beautiful. It seems windy because it is.
Is it always like this, or is it usually warmer?
No, it's not usually warmer. It's still winter. It usually gets up to, they say, 80 degrees, but I haven't gone to run in it. I don't want to do all of that. And then in a couple of hours, I go to my gym.
Are you working out after this?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Excuse me, you know that I work out all the time, even though you don't come with me. I go on my own.
No, but I didn't think you go this early in the morning. I just thought you just go whenever you feel like it.
No, I like to go early because after I work out, I get tired. I want to, take a shower again. And then I like to lay down, watch TV. I get on the phone and call friends and family. And some business. I do call business affairs.
Right. Okay.
And, back at the apartment. That's where we live here. That's where he lives here. Thanks to me.
Alright. Well, alright, so after this we're gonna go work out.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else planned for today, or you're just gonna be just relax?
I think that's it.
You're taking a break from everything,
Yeah. Well, no, it's not a break. I do this all the time.
But I'm talking about more so like a break from like New York and stuff.
Yeah, this is a break from New York. New York is fast paced, which I love.
Yeah.
You know, I love here in Florida as much as I do New York, but they are two very different things and people. But New York is my heart, and Florida's a beautiful place. You know, beautiful, regular. Sometimes weird in a good way. Aren't we all weird in a good way?
So, speaking of that, you know, a lot of people have been wondering, like, you know, what you've been up to, and they've been, you know, sending their prayers out and everything. What do you have to say to those people just, like, thinking that you're up to whatever it is? Like, what do you have to say to them?
You say prayers and think about me? Really? Well, thank you.
Yeah, so everyone's praying about you.
Thank you.
Want to make sure that you come back stronger than ever.
Excuse me. I am going back stronger, you know.
Oh, okay.
Admittedly so, at 56 years old, there are things that happen to people.
You gotta let them know.
I would say things usually start about 40, and they go up from there.
Yeah.
You know, so you gotta eat the right food. I'm not gonna go out to eat. Kevin, I don't want to go out to eat today. I want to order the food, bring it in, make sure that it's already ready, so all I have to do is heat it up, okay?
All right, but
I used to cook. When I was a kid, I used to cook, you know, when I was married and we lived, you know, with our son in you know, New Jersey. But now I strictly get food brought in. And it's vegan, it's vegetarian.
And isn't one of your favorite foods that are vegan the acai bowl?
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah.
I do like that. I like regular stuff too, though. But I don't eat a lot of it. And when I do, I think I told you this. I'll take 1 or 2 bites of a real cheeseburger, a real hamburger, real steak, and then I take 1 or 2 bites and then throw it away. And I'm good. The other food is really good, but it's crazy to think that you get skinny because you eat fake food or that vegetarian, vegan.
Right.
It's not. There are plenty of people who eat that kind of food, and they're fat. They go through health problems. I mean, everybody's got issues, don't we?
Yeah, it's about taking everything in moderation, right?
Yeah, everything in moderation. I like the height that I am. You know, at 56, a lot of times people start to hunch over,
Right.
and they become taller. So it's very important. You know, I want to be all I can be, and then get back to New York and get on down with the Wendy Williams show. How'd you do?
All right, well, I'm gonna let you continue your walk.
Okay.
All right, and I'm gonna check in with you later.
Okay. Look, leave me alone. Now you go back and I'll walk back.
All right, see you.
All right.
I'm glad. Personally, I think Wendy's looking well. You know, I don't know why she was out there in that wind, honey. It was windy. It looked like it. Wendy. It was Wendy. But Wendy looking good to me. Wendy is right. She's absolutely right. She is pushing 60 years old. She's in her late 50s. She's pushing 60. Usually when you get up in age, you know, things start happening. People's body, you know, their health starts declining, you know. And she's no different from any other person out there. I believe that that's what she was trying to, you know, get across in this video. When he's trying to put to bed the rumors that she has dementia, that, you know, she's not in her right frame of mind, that she needs help walking. She's trying to show people in this video, I'm not telling you my business because I don't have to. I don't have to address any rumors about my finances, all the shit that's playing out in the media. I don't have to address any of that. But I am going to show you that I'm well in mind, body, and spirit. I'm able to walk around. I'm able to get around. You know, I have all my faculties. You know what I'm saying? You know, and him asking her questions. I mean, asking about the gym. Is she going to go work out? Oh, I thought you know, oh, you're going this early. All of that, you know, it was pre-planned stage. They knew what they was going to talk about. It was not given, oh, we just randomly took a video. No, this was planned. This was something that, you know, they discussed what they were going to talk about. And I think it was really a good idea because even though she didn't address specifically what people wanted her to address, she put to bed the rumors that she is declining mentally, that she has dementia, that she need people to wipe her behind. It's clearly obvious that she don't need any of that she is physically well. And to me, she looks great. But this is what I think people are used to seeing. And what you have to understand, you're not going to see this Wendy Williams anymore. This Wendy Williams does not exist because this Wendy Williams is not this age anymore. Everyone ages differently. We thinking that this is the Wendy Williams. When you think of Wendy, this is what you think of. This is what you think of, the queen of media, the queen of all things gossip. You see this Wendy, when you think of Wendy Williams. This Wendy Williams is not going to return to us. Wendy's not this age anymore. Wendy is older. And everyone, their body, everyone ages differently. Some people age gracefully and some people don't. Some people age badly. And Wendy just might be one of those people that her body looks a little different. She's structured a little different. She's always been an odd shaped woman. She always has been. But Wendy is not going to be the queen, the young Wendy that we're used to seeing. She's still the queen of daytime TV. She's still the queen of all things media gossip in that realm. You can't take anything from her career. Do I think that Wendy Williams needs to come back? Absolutely not. I think Wendy Williams needs to retire. She needs to go ahead and get her affairs in order, get her money in order, and live out the rest of her days. Because, honey, I don't think returning to the chair would be a good idea. We started to see her declining after the whole situation with her husband, and it was like a progression. When she left out of the rehab, and she was in the robe and she was walking, looking old and crippled then. And when I see her leave the rehab, I was like, did she leave AMA against medical advice? I mean, because usually when you leave a rehab, you get dressed and stuff. And there was another content creator that spoke about this, and I was even thinking the same thing. Like, yeah, when she left that rehab, it really wasn't given like she really left, when she was supposed to. And a lot of times when you leave prematurely, you really didn't detox all the way. You didn't get all of what you were supposed to get from your counselors and your program there at that stage. So she could have left prematurely. And because she didn't, the downward spiral just continued. I mean, because leaving with the robe and the condition that she was leaving in, usually when you leave a rehab, you got on your clothes and your shoes and everything. And it just looked like she left impromptu. Like she called the Uber, called her people like, listen, come get me out of here. All right. But in my opinion, Wendy looks great. She looks good. She looks like she's getting rest, and she looks better than she has looked in recent photos. The last photos in the wheelchair and people holding her up and walking. I mean, Wendy looks good, but Wendy's not going to never be the same. She's older. Y'all got to understand, everyone gets older. You're not going to stay young forever. And this is what happens. Unfortunately, some people don't age as gracefully as others. And that's just, in my opinion, what's happening with Wendy Williams. Do I believe she's had, substance abuse problems? Yes. Do I believe some of the reports that come out about her wilding out, playing with the poom poom, doing all these things? Absolutely. Because when a person is intoxicated and they're not in their even right frame of mind, they're inebriated, they're going to do wild and crazy things. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot that go on with these celebrities behind the scenes, and they people and they assistants and people be privy to that information, and they get to see them when they at their best, and they get to see them when they're at their worst. And unfortunately, Wendy Williams has been seen by her people at her worst, when she's been in a intoxicated state of mind. We've seen it on camera. When I'm putting together her documentary, child, she was farting, burping on camera, not to mention the Halloween thing when she fell out. So there was a lot going on with Wendy, and I think she just needs to let it go at this point. She had a great run. She had a great career, great ride, a wild ride. She's done things in this career that and set the tone and set the pace for others in this industry. She set the standard, she set the mold, the blueprint that everyone is following. So Wendy, give her flowers. Wendy, go spend your money and live out the rest of your days, sis. Coming back to New York, coming back to that chair, no, it's just not given. Let the others do it. Let it go and just enjoy the rest of your days. What do you guys think about that? I believe she did that. That statement was perfect. I don't believe that she had to, she didn't really need to give out any of her information. The way she did this, I think it was perfect. Lane says, yes, she did look rested. People are forgetting she has other illnesses, plus she's recovering from a divorce, and that will do it to people. Like some people, the way he did her in the public with the baby and all that, that was absolutely horrible. It was embarrassing, so she went through a lot on camera. No exposing Wendy. She has shared all. That's why I respect her 100%. She has Graves' disease and it causes short-term memory loss. All right. A short-term memory. Wendy still has not had time to grieve her mother's death. I wish her well. She should come back for 3 months. Okay. You finally caught alive. Hey, welcome. Butterfly says, I agree. She needs to take the time she needs for all that she has been through. Absolutely. She's put in the time. She's done. She's the blueprint. This is your time. This is your golden years. You know what I mean? Live it out with your son, with your family, with those you love. But I believe this was a planned statement. They covered all the bases. You know what I'm saying? Like, covered that she was going to the gym. So you do this every day. You come out on the beach. It was just trying to talk to her to let people see she can think on the spot. She can give an answer on the spot. She can give a response. Her answers aren't delayed. She's quick on her feet. Just trying to show that Wendy's in her right faculties. Okay, so I'm here for it, and I'm absolutely thrilled to see Wendy up. And honey, she had on the booty shorts. Okay, she had on had the legs at, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, listen, I am here. I may not be in New York and I may not be on my show, but don't count me out. I am not an invalid. I am not bedridden, and I don't have dementia. Don't need nobody changing my diapers or anything because I don't wear diapers. Wendy Williams. Y'all better put some respect on Wendy's name. Don't count Wendy out yet, honey. She said, not just yet. I ain't ready just yet. Not just yet. Now, I'm ready for these people to throw in the towel. They said, I don't know what they're doing. Ye is sending flowers to Kim. Wendy says she ain't ready to throw. But these monsters, these ones, I'm ready for them to throw it in. I'm ready for them to hang it up. Okay, I don't know what Kanye. The truck says my vision is crystal clear. So apparently for Valentine's Day, honey, he done sent Kim Kardashian roses. In the midst of him breaking up with Julia Fox, I told y'all, did not tell y'all, it just the last video we did on Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, I freaking told y'all that this couple was going to break up, that Kanye West and Julia Fox was not going to last. Didn't I tell y'all that? Because it was a fake relationship. It was for publicity. It was a publicity stunt all along, all right? Now, he sent Kim Kardashian flowers, roses for Valentine's Day, a truckload of roses, and he posted on social media, I didn't wake up and fight for my family to trend over the Super Bowl, but it happened. The Super Bowl brings families together. For everyone married, hold your spouse close. Make sure they know how much you love and appreciate them, because there's a skeet lurking in every dirty alley waiting to help destroy your family and walk around in Calvin Klein's around your children. So we already know who Kanye is talking about. He said this daggone vampire Pete Davidson, this bloodsucker, is walking around in Calvin Klein jeans. I'm trying to get around my kids. Hold your families close, because just like me, you can have a man trying to take your place. Kanye, at this point, brother, just give it up. Kim does not want this man anymore. And I'm just like, now, I was rooting for Kanye at first. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I was trying to see it from a man's point of view, but at this point now, it is getting obsessed. It like she said, I have to agree. It's kind of getting a little bit. You're obsessed. Let the woman go. People are entitled to want to be split up from their spouses. They're entitled to want to move on with their lives. Let the woman go and let her move on. She wants to move on with Pete. Let her move on. At this point, you are, it's getting a little bit dangerous, and I'm starting to. I think that he's going to snap. Kanye is a ticking time bomb, and I can see him he's ready to inflict violence against Pete Davidson. That's what it's coming to next. I can see it escalating and him actually doing physical harm to this man because he will not let it go. He won't let it go. He needs to just let her go. I mean, Kim has said that he will not even answer to her filing for the separation and filing for divorce. He has not answered to it, and she just wants to be rid of him. But Julia Fox, she got the hell up on out of there, okay? And during Valentine's Day, they split up around this time, but Kim was out there. She still was, with Pete while they were breaking up, and people were like, well, Julia was crying, and Julia said, honey, y'all would love it if I was so upset. The media would love to paint a picture of me, a sad, lonely woman crying on a plane by myself. But it's not true. Why not see me for what I am, which is a #1 hustler? I came up, y'all, LOL. And not only that, but Kanye and I are on good terms. I have love for him, but I wasn't in love with the man. Jesus Christ. What do you guys think I am, 12 years old? And for the record, the only time I cried in 2022 was on February 6th on my dead BFF's birthday. Anyway, if you want the full tea, you're going to have to buy the book when it comes out. Now, listen, the girl said, I came up. Okay, she admitted, listen, I dated him and I done came up. I got deals from this. I'm on magazine covers. I'm doing video shoots. I'm on private jets still. I'm a #1 hustler. This was a publicity stunt. I did this for him. It's giving contract. It's giving arrangement. It's giving, I said we was going to have fun. We was going to do this. You were going to take these pictures. You was going to do all these photo ops with me, and I was going to pay you to do it. She says she's a #1 hustler. That's what it sounded like to me. Like this was planned. She got paid to do it. Kanye told her, listen, I want to put you in the media with me. I want to have this fling. I want to rub it in Kim's face. And she was down with it because she needed the money. All right. She said she came up. She said, y'all, I came up. Not only that, me and Kanye still friends because this was an arrangement. I mean, allegedly. But that's just my point of view. Okay. You're going to say you came up. You came up. I'm a #1 hustler. That's what it sounded like to me. All right. I told y'all it was a fake relationship and it wasn't going to last. She said she ain't pressed. I mean, she seen how crazy this man was. She wasn't trying to be in no. She got what she wanted to get out of it, which was a little clout, a little publicity, revived, got her name back in the press, revived her little career, revived her public image. And that was all right with her. Her 15 minutes of fame have turned into, I got gigs now, I got magazine covers, and I got opportunities. Y'all can't be mad at that. Shit, let the girl get paid. I'm with you, Julia. Shit, she said I knew what it was. I wasn't in love with the man. This was a business deal, okay? This was a business arrangement, and that's what it sounded like to me. Now, Kim said, I know one effing thing, all right? I need you to go on down there and sign these goddamn papers, Kanye. Now, Kim's legal team informed the court on Valentine's Day, on Monday, Valentine's Day, that Kanye has been served legal papers asking to verificate their divorce. Is it verificate their divorce, whatever, child. Meaning they can be declared single before working out the terms of their split. All right. So before being divorced, she wants to be declared single. And she served papers to Kanye, but he has failed to respond to it. She said, even though I am not divorced, I want to be declared single. Give me my freedom. I want my freedom. She went on to say no counseling or reconciliation effort will be of any value at this time. I have been attempting to settle our dissolution with Kanye since I filed for divorce in February of 2021. I have requested several times that Kanye agree to bifurcate and terminate our marital status. I don't know if that's how you say the word. I don't care, okay? But he has not responded to my request, okay? He's not responded. That's because he don't want to divorce. That's why he's not. She says, Kanye and I both deserve the opportunity to build new lives. Therefore, I'm asking that my request to terminate our marital status be granted. Kanye won't respond. He's like, nope, I am not signing this paperwork. She also told the court that Kanye is refusing to work on her settlement. They have already agreed and settled on her keeping their $50 million home in the Hidden Hills area of California. He's also refusing to work on that settlement agreement. So Kanye is not answering to any paperwork. He does not want to separate from Kim, apparently. And Kim says, I want this over. Now, even though he has not responded, the judge and the court, they are going to be at a standstill. It remains at a standstill until he responds. Okay? Now, the judge and the court can go ahead and grant it, but because he has not responded, the divorce will be at a standstill until he issues a reply or the judge grants Kim's motion to split. Now, like I said, the judge can go ahead and overlook the fact that he's not responding and go ahead and sign the papers for Kim and give her what she wants. All right, but it seems as though they're trying to wait for Kanye. Now, I don't know what they're waiting on. All right, it's obvious that the man is not going to sign these papers, okay? It's obvious that he's not going to sign them. So in my opinion, if I was the judge, just go ahead and give Kim the split, give her what she wants so that she can move on with her life. Now, she don't want you back. I mean, I don't know what Kanye is waiting around for, but she does not want you back. I'll be surprised if Kim let Pete go and went on back with Kanye. It's not going to happen. Now, like I said, I do not foresee Kim and Pete remaining a couple much longer either. I don't see them going on to get married. I don't see that. I don't see him replacing Kanye in that way as a husband. I do see Kim moving on with her life with someone else other than Pete and getting in a stable situation. But I don't think it's going to be with Pete. And she ain't going back to Kanye West. Kanye needs to let it go and move on at this point. All right. So that's my advice to Kanye West. I'm a little worried and concerned for him. The people that are around him. I know his mom, I think his mother, when she was alive, she kept him in check mentally. She kept him in check emotionally. And now there's no one around that gives that type of stability and is that rock for Kanye West, And I'm a little afraid for him and his emotional and mental state because I'm just looking for him to snap. I'm looking for him to go off and really do something to Pete. He sees Pete as the cause for his breakup, the cause for why he can't get back with his wife. Because a lot of times when men find themselves in this situation, they think that they can get back. They think that the woman is going to always take them back. But once a woman is done and she's moved on and she's fed up, it takes her a while to get there. But once she gets there, it's no turning back. So he's, looking for an excuse and looking for someone to blame. And he sees Pete as that one to blame instead of taking, responsibility for the part that you have to play in this, in your marriage being dissolved and your marriage being over. Your marriage was over before Pete came in the picture. So you have to kind of take some responsibility for that in that sense, Kanye. And, go get some help, go talk to someone, see a therapist, see someone for this or not. Or you're going to go off. Kanye going to blow up and he's going to hurt somebody. That's what's going to happen. Right now, speaking of hurt somebody. Now, this has been going on for quite some time now. We have had this lawsuit between Jennifer Huff and Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty, okay? Now, we had the last update where Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj were, people thought that the lawsuit was over, she dropped it, but we had information that seemed to point to Jennifer wanting to, there were some jurisdiction issues and she had to dissolve the paperwork, and she had to drop the lawsuits in New York so that she can refile them in California. We knew that she did that with Nicki Minaj. We also know that she had a default judgment that she had granted against Kenneth Petty because he was late to respond to the lawsuit. Well, they amended the complaint and she had dropped him from the lawsuit as well, but she kept the charges from the 1994 incident that occurred with Kenneth assaulting her. So she fired her lawyer, Stephen Gordon, and she kept Tyrone Blackburn. And Tyrone has since amended the default judgment request and basically saying to the judge that there are reasons that you need to enter this default judgment, and here's our reasons why we want you to go ahead and issue this default judgment, rule in the plaintiff's favor, and give her financial compensation for what happened to her in 94. So the harassment claims and in New York or whatever, those were dropped. She dropped that part of the lawsuit against Kenneth, but she kept the incidents that happened to her in 94. She kept those on the lawsuit. So the update that we have now, this is the amended complaint as far as the default judgment, what she wants the court to do as it pertains to this default judgment. She says, here, there are several ways in which the plaintiff will be prejudiced by the failure of the court to enter a default judgment. So she says, if you don't enter this default judgment in my favor, this is what could happen to me. She says, first, so all of the reasons and her supporting arguments, that's what we're about to read. Okay, so she says, first, Petty's counsel's appearance in the action 10 days after his wife was suspicious. Upon information and belief, a longtime colleague and friend of former defendant Mirage's counsel filed a notice of appearance. Thus, it appears that Petty's appearance was strategically planned with former defendant Mirage. The reasons could range from inter alia, running up plaintiff's litigation costs, to ensuring that their stories are consistent, even if untrue. Petty's continuance in this action will provide greater opportunity for fraud. Whoo, child. So, because they are married, she says, this likely means that they have at least some joint assets. Petty's failure to retain counsel to defend until 11 days after former defendant Mirage's counsel appeared is evidence that they initially did not plan on both attempting to oppose default judgment and defend the action. Perhaps they received erroneous advice regarding plaintiff's ability to reach their joint assets and are now colluding to defend this instant action. Petty's late appearance could very well be to delay judgment against him for a long enough time so that they can hide their assets. Given the extensive criminal history of Petty, it is very likely that they could be engaging in some sort of fraud. All right. So what they're saying, she's trying to basically state here that Kenneth Petty's assets could be jointly tied in with Nicki's because they are married. And by them, taking they were taking a while to respond to the lawsuit and defend themselves. It could be because they were trying to hide assets. And they were basically saying that this could be the case because Petty is a known criminal and has a criminal history. So they were delaying the judgment against him, the default judgment. They were trying to delay this so that they could have time enough to hide the assets and not be able to pay out what Jen would be rewarded. Okay. That's basically what that sums it up as saying. All right. And it says, third, given Petty's extensive criminal history, it is plausible that other plaintiffs may sue him. If so, the plaintiff may not be able to collect upon any judgment rendered. So if they were to sue, if she were, suing and she were to be found, this default judgment will go in her favor because there are other people that might be lined up to sue him. She's saying, I might not get my money because there's other people that are lined up wanting to sue him. Additionally, it was recently reported by several news outlets that a lawsuit was filed against Petty for assaulting a security guard in Germany. Upon information and belief, there is an active warrant for Petty's arrest in Germany since 2019. And you guys remember we did a video about Nicki Minaj having some type of show over there, and they assaulted the security guard. First, Nicki threw a shoe at him, hollering, screaming because of a fan or somebody getting up on stage or something that the security guard did not handle appropriately, and Nicki got upset, and then Kenny punched him so much so in the face and wrecked his whole jawline that this man had to have about 14 different surgeries to rectify the situation. So they're saying now he's out here doing this. He's got judgments that could be coming because of that. There's an active warrant for him. So they're trying to paint a picture that, the man is violent and he's going through all these different things. So he might not be able to pay her because of that. According to the news reports, Petty brutally attacked the head of security guards, Thomas Weidenmuller, breaking his jaw in 2019 in Germany while Weidenmuller worked as head of security for Mirage's concert. According to the news reports, when Petty approached Weidenmuller, Petty was standing in the presence of Mirage and two of their, their employees or whatever, two of their bodyguards. Petty sucker punched Weidenmuller in the face, and Weidenmuller was hospitalized for 10 days and endured 8 surgeries on his face and now has 5 plates in his jaw. And remember, he said it's going to take 6 more surgeries to rectify that. All right. It says, in light of Petty's most recent dalliance on the wrong side of the law, it is safe to assume that Petty, a 2-time convicted felon and current alleged fugitive of the law, will probably be incarcerated in the relatively near future. So we're trying to get our money now. Fourth, in March 2022, Petty is scheduled to appear for his sentencing hearing for failing to register as a sex offender. If Petty is thereafter incarcerated, plaintiff could be prevented from conducting necessary discovery, or it could be more difficult to do so. In either event, this weighs in favor of finding that plaintiff would be prejudiced. So these saying that, you guys need to go ahead and rule in Jen's favor for this default judgment and go ahead and issue her financial compensation, because he's got all these things coming up. And if you don't do it now, Jen is not going to get her money and get the judgment. Fifth, Petty's continued involvement in this action will likely inflame Mirage's fans who believe that plaintiff is a liar. Indeed, plaintiff has been subjected to numerous threats and has been forced to move home several times. She lives in fear and will continue to for the remainder of her life. If the default judgment is not entered against Petty, plaintiff's well-being will be at greater risk until the action is resolved. Moreover, if default judgment is not entered, she will eventually run out of funds to move every time her address is posted on the internet or she is contacted at her residence. For these reasons, among others, the court should find that plaintiff would be significantly prejudiced if default judgment is not entered against Petty. Now, these are the counts and the claims that she is alleging and bringing against Kenneth. The plaintiff sufficiently alleges intentional infliction of emotional distress against defendant Petty. To state a claim for intentional infliction of emotional distress, the plaintiff must plead extreme and outrageous conduct, intent to cause or disregard of a substantial probability of causing severe emotional distress, a causal connection between the conduct and injury, and severe emotional distress. You have to prove these things in order to bring a claim for it. So she says to prove that, here, Petty's conduct towards the plaintiff was extreme and outrageous, including but not limited to sexual assault, rape, harassment, and intimidation. The recent harassment and intimidation include plaintiff being contacted by Petty's attorney and threats through Petty's friend, associate, and upon information and belief, fellow gang member, Black. The aforementioned actions go beyond all possible bounds of decency and are atrocious and utterly intolerable in a civilized community, satisfying the first prong of the test presented. Now, similar to Seltzer, this is they're saying similar to another case which highlighted the long-standing systematic pattern of deliberate and malicious harassment of a plaintiff to demonstrate intent and meet the second prong of test. Here, Petty intentionally committed the actions with the intent to deliberately inflict humiliation, mental anguish, and emotional and physical distress upon the plaintiff, and done that in reckless disregard of such consequences to the plaintiff. Didn't care about her well-being. Regarding the third prong of the test, as a direct and proximate result of said extreme and outrageous conduct by Petty, the plaintiff suffers humiliation, mental anguish, disassociation, suicidal ideation, and emotional and physical distress, and has been hurt and injured in her health, both mentally and physically, strength, activity, and her ability to lead an everyday life without mental anguish. Finally, the fourth prong of the test is met as Petty's actions have caused uproar against Mirage's fans and Mac Brim's gang members, resulting in threats via the internet and in person. Such has caused and will continue to cause the plaintiff great mental and physical pain and suffering for the rest of her life. Okay? Therefore, the plaintiff properly pled her first cause of action against Petty. The facts coupled with Petty's sworn admission of attempted rape are irrefutable, and Petty would be hard-pressed to convince a jury in the EDNY that his actions did not satisfy the elements of intentional infliction of emotional distress. Now, B, the plaintiff has sufficiently pled a claim for assault and battery against the defendant under New York law. An assault is an intentional placing of another person in fear of imminent harmful or offensive contact. A battery is an intentional wrongful physical contact with another person without consent. Now they're getting ready to prove what the assault and battery was and how that, and how do you recover damages for it. To recover damages for battery, plaintiff must prove that there was bodily contact, that the contact was offensive, and that the defendant intended to make contact without the plaintiff's consent. Here, Petty committed battery against plaintiff as he intentionally engaged in unlawful, intentional, and offensive touching or application of force to the plaintiff's person. So, really what all of this, because we're getting ready to now get into the T, okay? So all of that legal jargon we've read, she is basically saying, I want this default judgment because of what happened to me in 94. They are trying to prove that the default judgment should be entered against defendant Petty, and they need to pay Jen before other people get their money through all the other cases and legal troubles that he has. Jen needs to get her money. You need to find in favor of her now and give it to her now before other people come knocking. And all of the proof that he assaulted her and committed battery against her in 94, all hinges upon his testimony in 1995. So it says right here now, on April 5th, 1995, during his plea hearing for raping the plaintiff, Petty admitted to committing several acts of battery. So they're saying he admitted to the battery when he was on the stand. Now, the following are direct quotes from a copy of the certified transcript of April 5th, 1995 plea hearing. Now, up until this moment, I had not seen the 1995 plea hearing transcripts. I had not seen what he said on the stand, and I don't know if anyone else had, but they have now released the transcript. They had released it to the attorneys, and so they transcribed that in this amended complaint. So for this default judgment and the update, they now have Kenneth's statement, and we're about to read it now. So this is what he said on the stand in 95 about doing what he did to Jennifer. So the court says, by pleading guilty, you are admitting that on or about September 16th, 1994, in the county of Queens, being a male, you attempted to engage in sexual intercourse with Jennifer Huff, a female, by means of forcible compulsion. Is that correct? And Kenneth says, yes. The court says, now where did that take place? The defendant says 123-40 Elm Street. The court says, what's located at that address? The defendant says, my grandmother's house. The court, and were you there with? Kenneth interrupts and says, my grandmother. The court says, and he says, and Jennifer. The court says, were you in a room alone with her? And he says, yes. The court says, what did you attempt to do on that occasion? He says, I attempted to rape her. The court says, and how did you attempt to do that? He says, by having sex with her. The court says, okay, well, you just told me that you attempted to have sexual intercourse with her by means of forcible compulsion. And could you tell me, what is it that you did that you attempted to do that involved force on your part? Kenneth says, I grabbed her and thrown her on the bed and tried to rape her. And the court says, how tall are you? And he says 5 feet. I believe that says 5 feet. Could say 5 or 6. I think it said 5. And he said, the court says, how tall was she at that time? And he says, I don't know. And then the court says, well, are you bigger than she is? And he says, yes. The court says, are you heavier than she is? And he says, no. And the court says, about the same weight? And he says, yes. The judge says, you say you grabbed her with your hands or arms? He says, yes. What part of your body did you grab her with? With my hands. You grabbed her arms? Yes. And you got on top of her? Yes. All right, says the court. So now the prosecutor says, do you remember when you were interviewed by the assistant district attorney the day you were arrested? And the defendant says, yes. You signed a form allowing the police to go into your house. The defendant says, yes. And on that form, it said that they were allowed to look for a knife, a long knife. Okay. Next page. And he says, yes. So then they say, did you hold that long knife when you had Jennifer Huff in the bedroom with you? And he says, yes. Did you use that when you tried to throw her down on the bed? And he says, yes. All in the room? And he says, yes. So as detailed above, Petty admits to grabbing plaintiff with his hands. Petty admits, now the rest of this is now Tyrone, elaborating on this situation. He now says, as detailed above, Petty admits to grabbing plaintiff with his hands. Petty admits to throwing plaintiff on the bed. Petty admits to using a long knife to assist in throwing plaintiff on the bed. Plaintiff has never consented to the aforementioned bodily contacts with Petty. Petty acted with the knowledge of or with reckless disregard that his conduct was sure to cause injury and humiliation to the plaintiff and intended to cause fear, physical injury, pain, and suffering to the plaintiff. He admittedly did so with the use of a knife. So the plaintiff pleads a viable claim for sexual assault against defendant Petty. So after all of that and reading all of that, allegations of sexual intercourse by forcible compulsion, if proven, potentially constitute criminal rape under New York law. A person is guilty of rape in the first degree when he or she engages in sexual intercourse with another person by forcible compulsion. In the civil context, the common meanings of assault and battery subsume all forms of torturous, menacing, and unwanted touching. As described in subsection B, plaintiff pleads a viable claim for sexual assault and battery. This is supported by Petty's admissions on April 5th, 1995, as detailed above. Defendant's assault and battery, including using a long knife. The same long knife Petty admitted to using to force plaintiff onto his bed, and physically forcing plaintiff to engage in sexual intercourse without her consent. It is important to note that Petty was initially charged with first-degree rape. All right. Now, this is from the court transcript in 1995. So for all of those that stated that he only was charged with attempted, that is true, but it was after the plea deal. In these transcripts, Tyrone states, it is important to note that Petty was initially charged with first-degree rape. Petty did not take a plea deal because he was innocent and decided to take an extended vacation in prison. He took a plea deal because he knew he was guilty of raping the plaintiff. Upon information and belief, Petty consulted with his defense counsel at the time and assessed the facts of the rape charge. Upon information and belief, Petty and his defense counsel at the time reviewed the evidence in possession of the prosecutors, which included an oral admission from Petty to the police that the plaintiff was indeed in his home. This admission occurred within hours of raping the plaintiff. Additionally, according to the plaintiff's admission during his April 5th, 1995 plea hearing, he granted permission to the police to enter his home to search for the knife that the plaintiff said he used to rape her. Upon information and belief, Petty and his defense counsel made a strategic legal decision that it would be in Petty's best interest to accept a plea deal for attempted rape, which carried a reduced sentence of 4 years rather than risk being found guilty of first-degree rape. Did I not tell you guys this? We said this. So this is just the proof and the receipt to back it up finally. I already told you the research that we had already done, the paperwork that we saw on the sexual offender registry in California. They had already stated that a knife was used, that actual sexual intercourse occurred, and that it was first-degree rape. I already had proved that. So now we have the transcript to go with it, that it was first-degree rape, and the only reason why he took the plea deal was because it was in his best interest. He did not want to go to trial and risk being found guilty of first-degree rape. So he took the attempted rape charge, got the 4 years, and went on to be able to get out and still live his life. He did not want to risk serving a sentence of 25 years. In the face of these facts, an objectively reasonable person or juror would not find that Petty pled guilty to attempted rape because he was an innocent altar boy who was being wrongfully accused of rape. In the end, plaintiff pleads a viable claim for sexual assault pursuant to New York law. So they make, their case, and they're saying, in conclusion, the plaintiff's damages are both emotional, physical, and monetary. Plaintiff was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, major depressive disorder with psychotic features, and was also receiving mental health psychotherapy services. In addition to the emotional damages from the actions of Petty, plaintiff has been required to incur significant costs in moving several times. Due to the complex nature of the damages, we request an evidentiary or inquest hearing on the same. For the reason above, Plaintiff Huff respectfully requests the court to find Petty in default for his intentional failure to timely answer or move in this action and schedule an inquest hearing to determine damages. So she's saying, run me my paper. I want to be compensated and awarded damages based on what was done to me in 95. And I feel as though I deserve that because I have been diagnosed with PTSD. I've suffered psychological damage, and it's not repairable. It's irreparable. This is something that I'm going to deal with. I've had to move several times because of the harassment, and this has cost me money, so I need to be compensated. So that's the argument here, and we're glad that we were able to provide the receipts finally that backed up the whole attempted rape, first-degree rape conversation. He took the plea deal because he didn't want to run the risk of being found guilty for first degree and doing 25 years. So there you have it. So that is the most recent update with this lawsuit. We do not have anything else for it. I don't know what's going on with the whole, are they going to be opening up a case in California? I'm not sure about any of that, but I do know that she is still requesting that the default judgment be entered on her behalf and that Kenneth Petty be made to pay. All right. So that concludes our segment, our celebrity gossip, but we are now moving on to legendary Scan the Gram. All Things Customized. They got you covered for all of your customizable needs. They got gift baskets, tumblers, hoodies, t-shirts, wine glasses, coffee cups, mugs, backpacks, you name it, they got it. For any occasion, they can get you situated, okay? Head on over to all of their social media platforms. They are under Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, under All Things Customized, and the number 2. Make sure that you tell them this the Sweet Pea Diaries sent you. They've done all of my t-shirts, all my branding, anything that I need for a special occasion. I hit up All Things Customized too, and they can take care of your needs, wants, and desires. They got backpacks for your children. They got passport covers, pillows, you name it. So head on over there and DM them today. Make sure you tell them that the Sweet Pea Diary sent you. Go ahead and email them today and get your order in now. So our Scanagram segment, this is where we go over topics, honey, that I done found on Instagram while scrolling and that I think is a little kiki or, worth some discussion, okay? So Coachella. Coachella drops all COVID-19 precautions. Attendees won't be required to show vaccination proof, negative test results, or wear masks. As Coachella 2022 inches closer after being canceled the last few years, many fans are anxious to finally see their favorite artists back on the big stage. And based on new rules for festival entry, things will be much easier than previously expected. It was just announced that Coachella has decided to drop all COVID-19 precautions, meaning that vaccination status, test results, and mask mandates are officially not a factor. At Rolling Stone reports, Coachella just updated its website to reflect that all of those attending this year's weekend festival can now do so without being required to show proof of vaccination, produce negative COVID test results, or be expected to wear masks. Although the festival organizers did note that the new rules are subject to change at any time, depending on local ordinances. Coachella also added language on its website making it clear that attendees are responsible for their own health as COVID-19 is an extremely contagious disease. The warning on the website read, "There is an inherent and elevated risk of exposure to COVID-19 in any public place or a place where people are present, and there is no guarantee, express or implied, that those attending are safe." Okay. I need to know, child, I need to know what y'all think about this because y'all know they giving it in the comments. But I need to know what y'all think about this because my whole thing is, okay, now all of a sudden it is giving, we don't need to wear masks at Coachella. We don't got to show no vaccination proof. So this is just going to be a big COVID fest. This is just going to be a big, you know what I'm saying, people passing around COVID. This is what gets me about this whole situation. Now, we have places that have demanded that people be vaccinated or they will lose their job. And here it is. These people are now letting, you can go to this concert and you don't got to wear a mask. When is it? What is this? Do we have COVID outbreak? Do we have deadly, you know what I'm saying, strands or not? I don't understand because I do know that the CDC, don't they govern everywhere? I mean, they not governing over Coachella. I don't understand these rules. It changes constantly. 1 minute it's this, the next minute it's this. 1 minute the schools say you got to wear a mask. Now Coachella. This is just going to be one big, I guess what? One big COVID fest where it's just passing back and forth. This makes no sense to me. This makes absolutely no sense. It makes no sense. Now it smells like this is going to be a dangerous event. People are going to be hyped up. They have not been to Coachella in a few years, so they're going to be already hyped up. I'm smelling another Travis Scott. I'm smelling another dangerous concert at hand here. Okay, we just had people that were, you know, dying at that concert with Travis Scott, passing out, doing all the things, and now you telling these people they ain't got to wear no mask. So now you tell them y'all could just get wild, free, crazy. This makes no sense to me, and I see this smells like trouble. This smells like disaster. All right, so what y'all saying in the comments? Because I mean, exactly. Yup, only when they benefit from it. They a trip. When they got money involved for them, it's no mask required. Like, it just doesn't make no sense. It makes no sense. Oh, Trick Mama says she loves the tumblers. Well, you guys go ahead and hit up All Things Customized too. Hit her up on, you know, on the gram, DM her and get your orders today. But it just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it. I do not get it. But they said you don't got to wear a mask. And what y'all think they were saying in the now, what y'all think they said in the comments about this shit? They said they should at least have some preventative COVID measures. This is irresponsible. Somebody else said, well, tell us y'all don't care without saying y'all don't care. And then this person says, so the next variant is going to be called Coachella. Got it. And then this person said, that'll do it. You do not have to worry about me. And then somebody said, Coachella. And then this person said, new variant has entered the chat. And the last girl said, when the tickets ain't selling. When the tickets ain't selling, they start, you know what I'm saying, trying to get them to sell. Now you don't got to wear a mask. I'm with you on that, babes. When the tickets ain't selling, honey, I'm with you on that one. This is really irresponsible, like the person said. It's very irresponsible. I don't understand, you know what I'm saying, why all of a sudden, now, look, I done put myself, I meant to put this here. Now that, you know what I mean, they haven't had Coachella in so many years, you know what I'm saying, and people are excited to get out. It's now you don't need a mask. I thought the CDC governed everywhere. It just don't make no sense to me. They said they had a deadly variant, and then we were supposed to be having the deadliest variant there is coming out again. And now you don't need to wear a mask. Y'all need to make up your mind where you got people that can't even work because they didn't get the vaccine. And you telling me you can go to Coachella, you don't need a mask. Like, it don't make no sense. I smell a rat and I smell danger. Danger, danger. Now, DaBaby and Danny Lee's brother. So, DaBaby is sued by Danny Lee's brother, Brandon Bills. He's claiming physical and psychological damage. So, y'all know that they got into a fight over Danny Lee in the bowling alley, and DaBaby and his entourage ran up on Brandon Bills, and, it wasn't a fair fight. Looked like they jumped him to me. I guess DaBaby got some hits off, and Brandon Bills basically didn't win the fight, and a lot of times this happens. People talk a lot of trash, and they end up losing a fight. But he said, I ain't going out without getting paid from this. You put your hands on me, you have physically harmed me, and psychologically affected me. My mind is damaged. My mind, body, and soul is damaged, and I want to get paid. Danny Lee's brother, Brandon Bills, is suing DaBaby for assault and battery, emotional distress, and negligence. Brandon claims he was suddenly attacked as he walked by the rapper. He also claims he didn't fight back, which resulted in physical and psychological damage. Now, honey, you not fighting back is a whole nother story. That's a whole nother subject. But I don't know how that caused you. Well, I guess if you didn't fight back and you lost the fight and the whole world saw it, that would cause, psychological damage because you're being dragged, you're humiliated. So he said, I am psychologically damaged from this. I ain't fight back. I'm embarrassed. So you got to pay me. And I'm sorry, but DaBaby won't have to pay. Y'all know this is assault. Legally, he put his hands on him. And if he didn't fight back, you know what I'm saying? He had a plan. This is why he ain't fight back. Brandon ain't crazy. Brandon knew he had y'all going to come jump me? All right, I'm not going to fight back because I'm going to sue your ass. So you can't say that I put my hands on you. You fought me and your peoples jumped me. Now, what y'all think they saying in the comments? They said, he threatened him first, so this will be interesting. And then somebody else says, how do you say it's on site and then sue? And then somebody else said, he had a plan. He just needed a platform, as he should. And then this girl said, I knew this was coming. And then this girl said, I got a feeling this been a plan. I told you. And then this other girl said, laughing my ass off. He said, y'all gonna pay for pulling my damn hair. Y'all gonna pay for pulling my hair, okay? I like that one. Whoa, God. It said, it was not a fair fight, though. How he lose? Right. That's what they said. You know what I'm saying? That's what they said. They say, yeah, I'm saying, they say he got beat. 11 more likes. Get up the likes. Get up the likes, y'all. We trying to get them likes up. I mean, that's what they said. They say he lost, child. They say he lost. I mean, it wasn't a fair fight. He did get jumped. And just saying it's on site, that wasn't on site. That was, yeah, he saw him, but then they jumped him. But I'm with you, the people that said that it seemed like a plan to me. If you were able to, restrain yourself and not fight back, he had that in his mind already. When he see me and I see him and he try to fight me, I'm not going to fight back because I'm going to sue him. So, I mean, to be able as a man to have that type of restraint and not fight back, honey, that was a plan. I'm not gonna let him run up, and then I'm not going, I'm just going to get done up, and then I'm going to sue. So he's suing, and I'm sorry, but the baby is going to pay, because if you assault someone, you put your hands on somebody. I'm sorry, y'all, but we're adults. This is not, you just can't solve things with fighting and violence. It's called, there's laws, and I'm sorry, but some people believe in suing, and you're a celebrity. You got money. You should know not to put your hands on somebody. I don't give a damn if you do live by, I'm a man, street code, or whatever. You should know as a celebrity, don't put your hands on nobody, because they're going to come back and sue you. I don't give a damn how much he said he wanted to run up and wanted to fight and it was on site. I'm not, I'm not even going to get involved in that, because he's going to try to sue me. You should have knew that. I mean, that was just a no-brainer. Now this one, honey, this one right here. Thousands of baptisms believed to be invalid after the priest uses the incorrect word for decades. Okay? A 2-letter word is the reason why an Arizona-based priest recently resigned. Reverend Andres Arango, a priest with the Diocese of Phoenix, has performed hundreds of baptisms using incorrect wording, according to the diocese. He used the words I and we interchangeably throughout his religious career until June 17, 2021. But the rules on using the baptismal formula are strict. So this means anyone who Reverend Andreas baptized before the date will likely have to undergo the sacred ceremony again. Apparently, an invalid baptism could complicate other ceremonies. The diocese stated on their site that baptism is the door which gives access to the other sacraments. This means an invalid baptism may also invalidate any subsequent sacraments. So he used the words I and we interchangeably throughout his religious career. So he used those words wrong, and apparently this is going to make these baptisms invalid. Anything up until June 17th, 2021, so anything prior to that would be invalid. Anybody after that, once he was done and other people did it, you good. I'm trying to figure out I and we, how did he use it wrong? But apparently he did it, and honey, that made the baptisms invalid. That don't make absolutely no sense to me. Okay. All I know, in the Baptist church, when you go under, they Father, Son, Holy Spirit, they say what they going to say, honey. You get under that water, they pull you up, and you are saved and delivered. Some people get the Holy Ghost, they get to falling high. Hallelujah. And I am here for it. Baptism, you know what I'm saying? That is through the water, through baptism. That's a serious thing. And in anyone's journey, in anyone's religious journey, that symbolizes rebirth. So absolutely, if this was done incorrectly, they need to make that right, because there's people that are very serious about their religion. And if this was something that he was doing wrong, they should have stopped it immediately. It tells me that when he was doing this, whoever was in charge all that time wasn't paying much attention. I mean, how did you just find this out now? Who didn't realize this all this time? All right. So I need to know who was in charge and who was over it. I mean, the diocese, y'all didn't figure this out. How did you just now figure this out? So now all these people, their baptisms are in jeopardy. Now, what y'all think they were saying? What y'all think they were saying in the comments? And I need to know what y'all comments are about this one, because this one is, oh my goodness. They said they only say words are powerful because of the feeling that goes behind them. Whatever feeling or intention you have when speaking is all that's really received by any higher power you might believe in. Somebody else says, been doing exorcisms the whole time? Not exorcisms. And then somebody else said, you know what? Take it up with God, because I don't know what to tell you. And then this person said, misspeaking a word isn't going to prevent Jesus from saving you, bro. Y'all good. And then this person said, if they made it this far with the incorrect words, I'm pretty sure they good. And then this last person said, this what they worried about? Child, I need to know. My question is, what is it that was said and how was this word used? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what was it, honey? What was it that, how did he mix it up? And if this was being done all this time, why are y'all just now catching it? And I'm pretty sure I and we is not going to really make a difference. We using it interchangeably. But if this is affecting people's religious walk, and if this going to affect their baptisms, y'all need to get that corrected. Because there's people that's really, they go, oh my God, you mean to tell me my baptism, you mean to tell me going under that water didn't mean nothing? I and we. So, oh, shit. Oh, excuse me. I said shit. I mean, come on. I don't even really know. I need to know what the context is. Shade room, y'all ain't really do this right, because we need to know what it's given. It's this said we use the word I and we interchangeably. How? I need to know what was it that affected this holy water, okay? But there's a lot of people that's probably taking this serious. If they want to retract it, that means people are taking this serious. So what might not be serious to us, and what might be like, I'm pretty sure y'all good, God is overlooking it. You said, go ahead and tap. Go ahead and keep the party going. I mean, some people might just laugh at this, but there's other people that are really serious about it. So we don't need to take it lightly. People's religious beliefs are affected. This is something that's serious, y'all. We don't want to laugh at it, but we need to find out. We need to know why. I need to know, what was it given? Because at this point, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Look, child, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just, at this point, we just gonna say, if you want to be a blessing. At this point, you know what I mean? Do you want to be a blessing to the show? Because, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me that all this time, who gives it? Child, this is what the people worried about. They worried about. This is going to affect their walk with Christ. Now, George Zimmerman. A judge dismisses George Zimmerman's lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's parents. The fact that this man even filed a lawsuit against parents of a young boy that you murdered, okay. A Florida judge has dismissed, George Zimmerman's lawsuit against the parents of Trayvon Martin, black teen fatally shot by Zimmerman in 2012 while walking back from a store. Judge John Cooper dismissed all counts against all parties listed, including Trayvon's parents, Sabrina Fulton and Tracy Martin, according an attorney, Ben Crump, and others. The Tallahassee judge stated that Zimmerman did not show any fraudulent representation. He also said that any further discussions about the case would be pointless. There could be no claim for conspiracy to defraud if there is no adequately stated claim. So whatever his lawsuit was claiming, they threw it out. How the hell are you going to sue parents of a boy that you murdered. I never understood this man, Zimmerman. He never took accountability for what he did to this boy. And I mean, the agony and the stress that this must have caused the parents. You got to watch and see this man, you know what I'm saying? And see him in court. Weren't even, I mean, justice was not served in this matter, and then you turn around and sue the parents. How dare you? The audacity. Now, of course, you know they was ripping him a new one in those comments, and this is what the people in the comments had to say. So you kill their son, and they talk about it, and then you sue them. Hashtag this is America. Somebody else says, sucker, go away from us with this. And then somebody said, he's still alive, that piece of shit. And then this other person said, the fact that he still roams the streets is beyond me. But y'all want to take each other out, shaking my motherfucking head. And then this other person said, how does he even still remain alive? And then she said, you killed their son. And then this person said, why is this man even still walking the streets? Seriously, how is he alive? And then another person said, the audacity. It's the people that want to kill the man in the comments for me. They want to know, why is this man alive? Why has somebody not gotten a hold to his ass yet? Okay, the people in the comments said, why is this man not dead yet? I need to know that. But I need to know, what are you suing them for? With the audacity, I'm with that person. The fact that you even, are walking the streets and justice was not served is it for me, I mean, to have to sit and look at the man, I mean, come on. I still can't stomach him, okay? This fool, right? Like, I mean, for real? Seriously? Suing the family. Okay. For what? For what? You killed their son and you're still walking the streets unscathed, unharmed. People in the comments, they ready to kill you. Why is this man still walking around? Nobody got a hold of him yet? I'm with the people in the comments. You know what I mean? But justice was never served in that case. We know that. Trayvon Martin, I mean, the family, I mean, what they must have went through, and just to know that the killer never was brought to justice. And then look at this motherfucking knowing he trying to sue me. Okay, yeah. I'm surprised that, Tracy ain't jumped across there and tried to take him out. Okay? That had to be horrible. So you guys, that's it. Yes. We made it through. We back. We made it through. We are working on the Wendy Williams. Okay, it's a lot. It's a lot of footage, but hopefully I'll have it for you guys for Friday, and we're gonna watch it live. We're going to play it and watch it, do like a little pajama watch party. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I think we're gonna have it as a pajama party on Friday. So come prepared. Have your pajamas on. And get your wine, get your drink, your smoke, whatever it is that you do, have it ready, because Friday night we're going to have a pajama watch party and we're going to watch our Wendy Williams documentary. So that's it, my sweeties and sweetums. This has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. You guys be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video. I love you guys. Bye.